Welcome back, everybody, to the Angels franchise here on MLB The Show 24. We're going to dive into Game 2 in this opening series against the Blue Jays after taking opening day by an 8-5 score. Elvis Martinez making his Major League debut today for the Blue Jays. We're going to see Tim Anderson for the first time this year because we are facing a lefty in Jordan Montgomery. We'll also see Gerardo Franco for the first time here in this game. We got Joe Ryan on the mound today, coming off a really solid 2025 campaign. Not record-wise, but pitching number-wise, he was fantastic. Solid K rate, ERA, and WHIP. Here we go. Mullins leads off. 3-1 count to open the game for Cedric Mullins. Fastball fouled off to bring up a full count. Oh, I can't believe the ump didn't call that. What? Going for 2. Ohapi's throw is entirely too late. Another 3-1 count. AJO ahead of Ryan. And he's walked 2 batters to start this game. Not what you want to see from a guy that kind of struggled in spring training. Now it's Juan Soto who got a homer off Max Fried on opening day. He grounds this one foul. That one's popped up. Soto underneath it, and Drury puts him out. 1-2 count inside on the slider. Show 1 home run shy of 100 career long balls. Trying to get that century mark here today. Fouled off. 2-2 counts. 24th pitch for Ryan here in the inning, and it's drilled to center field. That's going to bring home at least 1 run. And the Blue Jays once again strike first early in the ballgame. Did the same thing against Max Fried on opening day. Now it's Davis Schneider who's coming off a 3-for-4 performance. That's grounded foul. Just on the outside. Not getting any generous calls here from the home plate ump. That one is gonna be out. What a play by Edward Julian at second base, laying out for that one. And that will prevent a run from scoring. But 2 in scoring position for the 6th-spot batter. There's a replay of that one. Over 30 pitches in the inning for Joe Ryan. That one's upstairs missing. Kirk did not get a hit on opening day, trying to get his first one of the season here. That one's left up, but he swings in front of it, and Joe Ryan gets out of the jam, only allowing the 1 run. We got to face Jordan Montgomery today. Edward Julian leads off after a very impressive opening day showing. Going to keep the hot start going here. A blooper into left field. That's out. Sky high to left field. It's got a lot of air underneath it, but Ohapi is out to end the first. Ooh, Addison Barger into the gap. That's going to be an extra base hit. Gerardo Franco tracks it down. But a stand-up double here in the second. Chasing it is Martinez. Ohapi there to make the throw. So in his first at-bat in his career, Martinez grounds out. Mullins back up. That's a base hit to left field. Barger is gonna head for home plate, and the throw is offline. Mullins now with a walk in the first, an RBI single here in the second, and the Blue Jays double their lead. 2-0. Oh, ripping through. A high fastball. Biggio is retired to end the inning, but it's 2-0 Toronto, just like opening day. And Kyle Tucker leads off the bottom of the inning with a walk. First one allowed by Montgomery, and now it's Brandon Drury coming off a 2-home run return. Can he keep it going here? That one is going to right field. Does it have enough to leave? No, it doesn't. At the warning track. Almost sad number 3 for Drury. Grounded right into nearly a double play. Instead, both runners are safe thanks to an error at shorts. Lucky break, as that should have been an inning-ending play, but it's an error by Addison Barger. Now 2-on for Nolan Shano, who also homered in that first game. Grounded into left field. That should bring home the runner. Tucker is safe at home plate. The Angels are on the board off the bat of Nolan Shonowell. Uh-oh, that's a double play ball right there. Can Franco beat the first base throw? He can. So runners at the corners with 2 outs. Uh-oh, O'Neill a bit early on it, and that's going to end the inning. But we're at least on the board. 1-run game. Oh, no. In the third inning, Varsho clobbers one opposite fields, and they're back up by 2. A solo shot, first of the season for Dalton Varsho. Just left a slurve up there, and did that against Davis Schneider earlier in this game. And he did not get a hold of it, but now he's back at the plate after Ryan gets hit for his 3rd run here in the game. These Blue Jays bats are not messing around. That one to center field. It's going back. Franco is at the warning track, and he's able to bring it in. And that's going to be extra bases. Alejandro Kirk to the right field corner. O'Neill the throw. And Kirk actually stays at first instead. Thought he would go for 2. God, Joe Ryan is already at 77 pitches here in the 3rd. The discipline shown by these Toronto batters has been, frankly, really incredible. Making a lot of good contact, too. But he's caught looking to end the inning. We go to the 3rd, and Edward Julian leads off with an infield single. That's going to be another base hit. Tim Anderson gets on base. We've got 2 men on, nobody out. That's going to bring up, I believe, Nolan Shonowell or Kyle Tucker. Oh, no, it's Logan O'Hoppe. I'm all over the place. Grounded up the middle. It's not... No, it will get through, and Julian's going to come home. It's 2-3. That's the first hit for O'Hoppe this year. It comes against a lefty where he is way better than against righties contact-wise. A good job there. And now it's Kyle Tucker batting cleanup. Tucker turns on it, but no, it's going to get down. We're going to hold the runners, so bases loaded, nobody out. Thought that was going to be a line on at first, but it does sit in right field. That's going to get down. We're going to send several runners home. Drury heading for second. He's going to get there a bit late, but the Angels jump in front. A big third inning, 3 runs already, and still nobody out. Brandon Drury, Kyle Tucker, Edward Julian off to great starts this season. Drury showing off a lot of power early on. First out comes against Odell Herrera. You have to hold the runners at second and third, and now it's Nolan Shonwell. He's batting 7th. I totally forgot, even though I've already gone through the order once. That's going to get down for another base hit. And we're going to get 2 more runs across. 6-3 Angels. Both offenses coming out swinging here, but we have come alive here in the third. '80th pitch from Montgomery. And, wow, what a play at second base. Holy cow. Laying out for that one. Is that Kevin Biggio? Yes, it is. Thought that was going to slip past him for a single, but instead, just great play on defense. 2 outs here in the third. Tyler O'Neill steps up for his second at-bats. We're going to keep Montgomery in. Oh, just in front of that circle change. Well, not even really, just swung right through it. And finally got some contact on it, but O'Neill is out to end the third. But 5 runs scored by the Angels, and all of a sudden we lead by 3. Is that going to drop down fair? Yes, it is. First ever hits for Aurelvis Martinez, and it comes on an automatic double. Just barely stayed fair. He was way in front of that fastball. And that's going to be it for Joe Ryan. His day is done in the middle of the 4th inning. I think both pitchers are going to have a day to forget here. And we're going to bring in Jose Cisnero. Appeared in 45 games back in 2024, but in 2025 was mainly in AAA. So he comes in as kind of the Andrew Chafin replacement. And he get it done here against Cedric Mullins. There's strike 2. And there's strike 3. Out number 2. And strike 3, 2 strikeouts for Cisnero to close the inning. Good job, it's still a 3-run game. They're going to keep Montgomery in. I will take it. Tim Anderson, 2 for 3 here in this game now. 3rd time through the order for the Angels, and Montgomery closing on 100 pitches. That's going to be it for him as well. So both pitchers end their days here in the middle of this ball game. Yusei Kikuchi comes in. 11-9 record last season. But both starters exit here in the 4th. And Ohapi drills one to right field, but it is a line out instead. Kikuchi has a very different delivery than I'm used to. Another one pulled, and that one's just foul. Oh, man, a slider left up just in front of it. And now chasing it. Yeah, I got to get used to his release. Oh, no. Juan Soto. A huge blast to right field. Did that one leave the building? It might have. Toronto back on the board, 463 feet. Good God almighty. 2 home runs in 2 games for Soto. We go bottom 5. Score remains the same. 6-4. Shonowell gets ahead in the counts. Grounded up the middle, and Shonowell is 3 for 3 here in the game. And Franco lines out to third base. Or Elvis Martinez with some nice reaction time to end the 5th. 2 outs here in the 6th. Jonathan Lauasiga now in the game for the Halos. And he gets Martinez to ground out to end the inning. Unable to muster anything in the bottom of the 6th inning, so we go top of the 7th. Kevin Biggio at the plates. He's ahead in the count on Lauasiga. Juan Soto on deck. Delivery in there for strike 2. And he had to reach for it. Julian's there for another throw to first base. 1 out left here in the 7th for the Blue Jays. Now Juan Soto back up with a 2-2 count. And that one is chopped. Lauasiga there to track it down. A nice clean 7th here for the Angels. All right, 4th plate appearance for Kyle Tucker. Kikuchi still in and still dealing. Over 40 pitches now for him. Kyle Tucker up 3-1. And popping up the fastball. Unlucky. Brandon Drury keep it alive. That's off the plates. Almost went yard earlier. Had a extra base hit as well. That one is drilled to left field, but tracked down on the lineouts. All right, 2nd appearance this season for Jose Soriano. Pitched 1 inning in the first game of the series. Did a good job. Next up, Dalton Varsho had the home run earlier, or one of the home runs earlier. He leads off the 8th. And hammers one to the gap. This one is gone again. It is a 1-run game. Varsho with 2 home runs on the season and in this ball game. 394, same spot where one of Drury's went on opening day. And now he walks Davis Schneider. Not a good appearance already for Soriano. Alejandro Kirk next up. Uh-oh. Is that a home run ball? It is not. It's going to stay in. And on third base and going for home, safe is Schneider. We are all tied at 6 again. Wow. Soriano comes out. Rough showing for him. In comes Blake Treinen to try and wrap up the inning, but there's still nobody out. And now Kirk at second. Spencer Horowitz, the 7th batter, has yet to reach here in this one. And Treinen keep it in a tie game. He chased it. Out number 1. Barger reaches for it. Kirk will advance to third. 2 outs. Martinez gets ahead, but then looks at strike 2. Even counts. Treinen delivers, and it's fouled off. Great job by Blake Treinen. Strike 3 on the rookie. Got to get the bats going here. Bottom of the 8th. Kikuchi still in. Now north of 50 pitches. Odell Herrera yet to reach. But he gets ahead here 3-1. And off the plates. Ball 4. Leadoff walk. Good job. 3 singles already for Shonowell. And he stay perfect. Oh, he looks at strike 3. Did not think that was going to slip in there. The 91-mile-per-hour slider got him. Now it's Gerardo Franco. Another second-year player trying to get on base for the first time here in this game. Little flare to center field, and Mullins is there to track it down for the second out. What is Kikuchi's stamina? Because this guy is pretty much putting a starter-level game together. I think he is usually a starter, right? So probably like mid-70s stamina or something. Early on the changeup there. Count runs even. And O'Neill gets one to drop in shallow center to keep the inning alive. We're going to go top of the order for Edward Julian next up. Julian falls behind. Fouls off the slider. 23 pitches here in the inning for Kikuchi. It's probably his last one. That's chopped fair. Julian beats the throw, and the bases are juiced. You don't see that very often. All right, Tim Anderson next up. That was the second infield single, by the way, for Julian. Showing you why that 88 speed is crucial for a player like him. That one is going to get down, and we're going to send 2 runners home. Forgot to advance the rest of them, but Anderson brings home 2 runs to break open the tie. But 2 outs here in the 8th. That opposite field single. And it is 8-6 Angels. Kikuchi is done. In comes Michael Fulmer. To face Logan O'Hoppe. Reached for it. And the inning is over. We're back on top. All right, here we go. Jose Leclerc. Closing time for the Angels once again in Anaheim. 3 outs away from securing a 2-0 start to the season. And if we do win this game, we at least won't lose this 4-game series. Mullins leads it off. Top of the order for Toronto. Rounded up the middle. Julian tracks it down. Good sidearm throw for the first out. Kevin Biggio hooks one to right field. That's going to get over O'Neill, and that one's out of here. Another home run for the Blue Jays. That's, I believe, their 4th home run of the ball game. 2 for Varsho, 1 for Soto, and now 1 for Kevin Biggio. And that is not a blown save yet for Leclerc, but 1 more run, and that's going to do it. Juan Soto next up. That one was just on a complete line. Right over the Boys and Girls Clubs of America sign. Do not want to give a pitch like that to Juan Soto here. There's strike 2. Upstairs, and got him behind the upstairs fastball for the second out. Now Dalton Varsho, who has been the most dangerous batter here in this one. If we allow a 3rd home run, I'm going to be sick to my stomach. Get him out to win the ball game. That was not the right pitch. Leclerc does get ahead, though. 1-2, count, got him swinging. A strikeout to end the ball game, and the Halos hang on 8-7. We are 2-0. Let's go. Well, I think 8 runs in our first 2 games is a very impressive start for an offense that was really struggling for most of last season. We got 2 more games against Toronto. In Game 3, we take it 3-1 to take the series. In this game, John Means got the start and allowed no earned runs to cross home plate. We got 3 off of their starter, Aaron Savale, enough to get the win, although we had less hits than them. We had a home run from Brandon Drury, 3 in 3 games. For him, Edward Julian 3 for 4 in this one. He's off to a electric start. Yeah, John Means 7 hits, but no runs allowed. No walks, 6 strikeouts. Solid job by Andrew Wantz and Jose Leclerc. And Means was tagged for a run, but there was an error, so I guess no earned runs here in this one by the Angels pitching staff. And in Game 4, we're down by 1, bottom of the 8th, and we end up getting shut out to close the series. 1 run for them, and that was enough to get it. Jose Barrios, 7 innings, scoreless. Edward Julian with the hits, 2 for Odell Herrera, a double for Marco Luciano, and Solseth got the loss despite a really good outing. That is unfortunate for him. Now we got the series against the Twins and Mike Trout. I think I would rather sim this series right now and get into our first batch of simming just to see what the prospects look like and get an early preview on those guys. So we're going to sim this series. Matt Strom tears his hamstring in the game, and he's going to miss 1 to 2 months. So kind of a big hit to our bullpen early on. He will head to the 15-day IL. And we end up losing 1 to 5. So the offense has gone quiet 3 games in a row after 2 really good games to start off our season. After winning our first 3 games, we have now dropped 4 in a row, getting swept at home by the Twins. The offense very quickly has cooled off. And we lose against Pablo Lopez. Go into a series against Chicago. And we take the first game 4-0. In the second game, we lose in a close one. 2 more home runs for Brandon Drury. What a start for him. I want to move him up in the order with this hot start. And John Means, 8 scoreless innings here in the first game against the Cubs. In the second game, it was Silseth allowing 4 runs through 6. And that was enough for Chicago to win. There was an error as well, which allowed another run to cross home plate. And they had a home run for Vlad, home run for Christopher Morel. Shota Imanaga, 1 earned run through 5 1/3. I went through our overall roster across the organization, and I think that we're going to have some similar needs going into this next draft. But the top need this year is going to be reliever, then closer, then third base, second base, and first base. So pretty much bullpen arms and then infielders outside of shortstop. That's what we're looking for here in this draft. The top guy, the top of the board is Angel Chavez, a closing pitcher. I'd be kind of shocked if he goes anywhere in the top 5. Usually relievers and bullpen arms don't go until later on in the draft. But he's got really high strikeout per 9. With good velo, solid pitch break. So I can see why he's up there. There's also Rusty Valladares, a starter, another closer, and Tyler Wilkes. So a lot of pitchers here early on. The top batter is Brian Inman, a third baseman who looks to have some really solid defensive attributes and relatively average batting skills out of the gates. Got Nelson Rodriguez in right field, some more pitchers like John Durbin, Rob Lloyd, Steven Santiago, John Baker. So if you go pitcher, probably going starter in the first round, but if you want to go for a closer, you could. Would it be a smart move? I'm not so sure. The top reliever is Francesco Palmeiro out of Michigan, and he's got really high potential. The ratings across the board look fantastic. And with that high of a pitch break, 5 pitches there in his repertoire, Palmeiro is going to be one of my top options, so it's going to be a central reliever. Got to keep that in mind. Jim Stabby is 16th on our board, and he is also a central reliever at only 18 years old, but like Palmeiro, really solid across the board ratings. Nothing really stands out negatively for me. So we'll focus on probably central relievers to open up our scouting. Might be worth going after some of these stars just to see what they look like, because if they're good enough, you might want to take one. And then another guy out of Missouri, Mark Bulk, 18 years old. Yeah, we're going to focus on relievers for sure. Sammy Ellert's solid defender, really good speed, stealing out of Arkansas. A lot of these guys are out of high school. We're going to start by trying to get at least 25% out of the way on those central relievers, and we're also going to try to discover some new infield prospects in the Western region to start off our scouting. We drop another series with the Game 3 loss against the Cubs 12-9. We put together 16 hits, but could not win the game. What happened to our pitching staff? Griffin Canning allows 6 runs in 4 innings. The entire bullpen is save for Blake Trinan allows a run, and we give up 12 on 12 hits. Now a road series against the Yankees, and we lose 5-0. In Game 2, we win 3-1. And in Game 3 against the Yankees, we're up 3-0, bottom of the 8th, and we take it 6-1 to bounce back and win the series. So we're 6-7. Brandon Drury has already hit 8 home runs. We've got to get a player lock game with this guy because he is going nuts. 16 RBIs, 8 home runs, slugging .826 through 13 games. Let's get this guy up in the order against probably both righties and lefties. So Hoppy is once again struggling, so I think it's about time to bring in Real Muto against righties. And we'll probably move Drury up over Moniak as the cleanup guy because he's got 7 more home runs. And then against lefties, Tucker's got 3. Hoppy is batting 3rd. We're going to move him back in the order against lefties until he figures things out. But I think, hopefully, Drury can keep this up and plate some more runs before we fall too many games below 500. Would you look at this? We might be down 15-8 here in the 7th and getting crushed. But Brandon Drury already has 2 home runs. Let's make it 3 against Jared Jones. This guy is going absolutely insane. Not a good start to the year for our pitching staff, though. Gotta be completely honest. So, gonna try and clean that up, but losing Matt Strahm definitely hurts. Hopefully our starters can figure things out as they move through the first month of the season. Not gonna get number 3 here for Drury. That one is in the air to center fields. And caught. It's 20-10. We've allowed 20 runs. What is going on, man? Against the Pirates, no less. Out in front of the changeup. Give me another one. That one is smoked to the gap. Coming in for it, and it's caught in center field again. That's going to be it for Drury. We lose it. Allowing how many in total? 20 on 19 hits, 11 in the 7th and 8th combined. What the hell happened? Chase Ilseth, 7 earned runs in less than 2 innings. That cannot happen again. I've never seen us play this horribly with our pitching. We're not done with Brandon Drury yet, folks. Let's do one more player lock outing in full here against Pittsburgh. We gotta bounce back after that last game, and we cannot have another game even close to that. Got Griffin Canning on the mound today, making his 3rd start of the season, but through 2 of them, he has played pretty horrifically. We go bottom of the 1st, it's 0-0. We got Kyle Tucker on first base. That is caught at first base. Wow. Josh Naylor ready for it. That would have been at least a double. Gerardo Franco with an RBI double, and the Angels jump in front 1-0. Don't expect Drury to keep up this great play throughout the entire season, but at least it's a nice boost for the offense while a couple other guys try to figure things out. Grounds out there, 0 for 2 so far. Sanchez only the 1 run allowed, trying to get through 5. And I'm behind the sinker. Solo home run by Nolan Shonowell and a Kyle Tucker RBI double have us up by 2 runs now. And Tucker's at second base. Drury has batted .714 this year with runners in scoring position. Trying to increase that number here, but way in front of the slider. The strike 1. And now behind it. That's gonna bring Tucker home. Okay, I keep forgetting what the buttons are, so it's gonna be a single for Drury, but the average goes up. Look at Adel Herrera here in this series. 4 for 7 against the Pirates. Can he extend the inning? We'll take the walk. Now it's Nolan Shonowell who had that 2-run home run 4 innings back. He's got to face Hunter Gaddis, who just came in the ball game. And there's strike 2. Upstairs, Shonowell chased it. We're going to have to sit here at second base. All right, a real chance for Logan O'Hoppe. Facing a righty, of course, but can he get his second base hit of the game? Nope. He's out in front. Inning over. The game is over. The Angels take it by a score of 4-1. A much better day on the mound here for Canning. And we've tied the series up. And coming out of this game, big injury news in AAA. Walker Jenkins has fractured his wrist. He's going to miss 1 to 2 months. Not good for one of our top prospects. He was playing pretty well too. 8 games, 290 average, slugging over 600, OPS just below 1,000, and now he's done for quite a while. That sucks. We end up discovering 1 new infield prospect, so I'm going to just stop discovering because, like, what's the point if you only get 1 guy per week, really? We get 29 relievers scouted up to 25% at the very least. Let's go at least take a look at some of those guys. And they're already up to like some 30, some 40%, some 60%. I think we should keep doing it because if you got around 30 players, that is a really good handful to pick from across the entire draft, covering from anywhere from a top 10 pick to a guy that's not even on a draft board right now. So let's keep working on that. And then we'll start to scout some infield positions. So let's do third base for maybe the East to start off. Gonna do one more player lat game with Brandon Drury, who again is playing some fantastic baseball. A lot of pop behind his bat to start the season. And a bid here to win the series as we are tied 1-1 coming in to game 3. Max Fried starts today. He has not had a good year so far. Hoping for a better performance today. But he's already given up 1 run. We go top of the second. Already a man on first base. Gonzalez at the plates. 3-1 count. Grounded to third. Drury trying to turn 2, but he pulls Julian off the bag. Wow. We're going to lead off the bottom of the inning. Anthony Solomato on the mound. And chased it on the outside. That's one to forget. But we just tied the game thanks to Anderson and Kyle Tucker. 3-3. Tucker at second. 2 outs for Brandon Drury. Ooh, in front of the slider just barely. Grounded. The second. Drury can't beat the throw, and the inning is over. We go bottom 5. Odell Herrera puts us in front with a solo shot. Kyle Tucker on base again. Going for 2. Kyle Tucker in there safely. Sure, he did swing for strike 2. But now a runner in scoring position. And Drury bring him home again, just like in our last player lock game. That's gonna get through, and that should bring Tucker home. He's in there safely. 5-3 Halos. Back up at the plates, Odell Herrera. They want us to steal. I'm not going to. He's got 10 steal. Why would I ever do that? Solomato stays in at 70 pitches. They're going to do this until I actually do steal. 2-2 count for Herrera. A lengthy at-bat. That's going to get into the gap. We're going for 3. And Drury is safe. Get back in the bag. No! Are you kidding? He overran third base and got tagged out trying to get back. I've never seen that. Wow. My apologies to Odell Herrera. My bad, bud. It's 6-4, bottom 7. Kyle Tucker on for the 3rd time here in this game. 3-0 count off the inside changeup. Not going to swing here. Just trying to draw a walk here and give Herrera another shot. And that's low. 4 pitches, 4 balls from Jared Jones. 2 men on, 1 out for Odell Herrera, batting .273 this season. But he grounds into a double play to end the inning. In the top of the 8th, Brandon Drury lays out on the ground, makes a throw to first base in time to get Gonzalez out. Did not turn off the slow-mo signature, whatever it's called, but that was cool. And the Angels take Game 3 to come out on top. We are back to 500. They win this series after losing Game 1. And there you go. 5th save for Leclerc. We win 6-4. Max Fried his first win. We climb back to 500 now. Now we go into another 3-game home series against the Cardinals. A first time facing them this season. We take that series as well, winning the first 2 games with 12 combined runs. Series against the Giants next up. We split the first 2 in that one, 6-3, then 2-3. Pitching staff doing a pretty nice job in those couple of games. We're back to more scouting. We got 7 third basemen in the East scouted. Let's go and see where those closers were at the top of the board. Angel Chavez out of South Carolina, so East. Tyler Wilkes in Maryland, also East. Not going to be going after a closer probably in the first round, but it's at least good to get knowledge on those couple of players. So let's change this to closers that are in the East. In Game 3 against the Giants, we lead 4-3, bottom of the 8th, and we blow the game, losing it 6-5 and thus blowing the series. We're going to sim the rest of April and see where things lie after the first month of the season. And that will get us 5% for closing pitcher. So let's try and cancel that one. And we should have those relievers now up to a very good level. Yeah, most guys are up to 80 or so percent. Some are at 100%. So yeah, we can definitely pause on the relievers now. We got a lot of them scouted, so we can probably focus on those infielders now these next couple of scouting weeks. Going forward, we're going to focus on more of those Eastern third basemen, international second baseman, and central first baseman for at least 1 week. We end April on a loss against Philly. They take the series in 3 games, but we are now 17-14 on the season, so very similar starts through the first month compared to last year. Last year we were 18-14, so literally just a 1-game difference. We clobbered Oakland, dropping 10+ runs in all 3 games against them to sweep them in that series. And then we won one against the Padres, coming back after dropping Game 1. And now a pretty low-scoring couple of games for us against the Phillies, who are barely better than we are record-wise. Updates from the farm system. Trent Palmer had a rough April in AAA. Orlando Martinez, one of our right fielders in AA, was extremely productive with 22 RBIs. And Joe Gray, coming off a great 2025 season, picks it right where he left off in AAA. Ivan Armstrong in AA with 9 innings pitched, no runs allowed, and 12 punch-outs. While Robert Stevenson, a veteran arm who was on this team the last couple of years, has a solid April in AAA as well. But to round out, let's focus on the Major League roster and see where things are at after April and see who's playing well, who's not, and where change might be needed across our lineup or our pitching staff. According to these numbers, looks like Drury has definitely cooled off home run-wise, only has 2 in the last 3 or so weeks after 10 in the first 3. But he's still batting extremely well, OPS over 1,000. Same for Edward Julian. He's slugging over 719, which is still insane. So he has been great for us, and I think him batting cleanup is doing wonders for the offense after a couple of rough games in total for the Angels. Average-wise, Real Muto has come in place of Ohtani against righties and is playing extremely well, batting .356. Edward Julian is back to what he was doing in 2024 when we acquired him via the Mike Trout trade. And yeah, he is back to being a superstar caliber batter. We talked about Drury, but we have not talked about Luciano, who has honestly been amazing, way better than expected so far. He's not really slugging that well, but on base of .377 is great, along with a .317 average. Only 1 home run off 20 hits, but can't really complain about his performance so far. And he's also hopefully got no errors. So he's got 2, so he's got to work on that with a 97% infielding percentage. But Odell Herrera is off to a better start than last year. Kyle Tucker is not doing as well as the last couple of years, but right around what you would probably expect from him, slugging over 500. He's already got 7 home runs. Mickey Moniak, Nolan Shonowell. Really, not many players are batting poorly. It's only these bottom 4 or 5 players, including Ohtani, but he is pulling his numbers up after a slow start. But Gerardo Franco only batting .196 after a really solid rookie campaign, and Sterling Thompson in 10 at-bats, only the 1 hits. So outside of those couple of guys and Tyler O'Neill kind of struggling at the plates, nobody's really having too many issues, and we have really got some high-tier batters right now in this lineup. What about the pitching staff? Looks like John Means has actually been by far our best pitcher. Over 40 innings pitched, 21 strikeouts, an ERA below 1.35, 5 quality starts and 6 starts. Same goes for Joe Ryan. So outside of that one game that we watched, where he only got through 3 1/3 innings, He has really had a good year. No losses, 3 wins. Also, 5 quality starts. Blake Treinen has been great out of the bullpen. Despite the 1.58 whip, he has kept that ERA relatively low. And Jose Cisneros has been fantastic across the board. Griffin Canning, kind of struggling. Max Fried also struggling. And Jose Soriano is asking to be sent down once again to AAA, just like last year. But until Matt Strahm comes back, you can't really afford that. He's still 2 to 3 weeks out from coming back. Leclerc is doing a great job. No blown saves so far, with 11 for 11 on the opportunities. Still Seth really struggling. 1 quality start in 6, and the ERA is astronomically high. Lawasiga's off to a bad start. Andrew Wantz has been all right. So a couple of guys are definitely off to bad starts. Max Fried has been kind of the surprise. He's 1-4, 6.45 ERA, only has issued 8 walks, but only 2 quality starts and 7. He's got work to do. We at least have the 3rd best batting average in the majors right now, 5th most runs. So the offense definitely is doing well. We're 4th in home runs thanks to Brandon Drury's incredibly hot start. I think he leads the league right now. I think the entire majors in home runs. A couple of guys have 11, but he was just at a different plane of existence in April. We're 5th in RBIs. We are top 5 lowest in caught stealing, 2nd in stolen base percentage. So the offense is definitely doing their best. We're pretty good in strikeouts too, so no complaints offensively. Now it's the pitching set that we got to figure out. We have more away games than home games in May and only 1 off day in total, so things are going to get kind of crazy here in this next month. But we're going to wrap it up here, folks. Thanks for watching as always. Hard to say if we're better than last year. I think our pitchers can definitely bring things down. I think based off last season, that's probably what's going to happen. But offensively, we're definitely doing better than last year to this point. So happy about that. But 3 games over 500. Can't really complain so far. Just got to work through whatever we're going through and see who is actually going to be struggling after the first couple of months. But only 1 gone so far. And we're looking all right. I'll see you guys next time. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and peace out.